Hello all and welcome to Modeling with Spreadsheet tutorial on match function. So in this tutorial we'll explain you what is match function. So we'll just type match, and here we see that match functions allows you to determine the position of the search item in the range of cell. Excel is mainly used as a database to show large amount of data, and frequently you would have to search Excel sheet for data. As it is not at all practical to search the data manually, Excel offers a few functions to search the sheet for a specific value, like match function. The match function returns the position of a searching value if successful, and returns the NA error if the value is unsuccessful. So the function syntax is as follows. First you see here is the lookup value. So the lookup value is an element we seek. This may be a number, text, logical value, or cell reference that contain one of these types of data. Then there is a lookup array. This is the range of cells to be searched, and then there is a match type. It's an optional argument. It defaults to 1. It decides how to compare the value looking for the cells with searched range. It may take the following value 0. Here the result is given as the first value in the field of equal sort. 1. It is given in the ascending column, gives the largest value less than or equal to, and then -1 for descending column gives the smallest value greater than or equal to. Now we'll look at some examples to explain you in detail about match function. So here we have a table where a person's name is given and his age is given. Now we want to find out a person who is suppose X years old, and we enter the formula. So suppose we enter here the formula match, okay, and we want to find out the person with an age 50. So here the lookup value would be this, and as we want an exact match we would put 0. So here we get to see that in the 9th row we have a person whose age matches with 50. So here we see that this in the 9th row we have, in the 9th row, in the 9th position we have this 50 which matches. So now if suppose we want to match a person with an age 60, so this gives an error function because there is nobody with an age 60 which is in this particular table. Now let's take a look at another example to explain you about match function. So here suppose we type match, the lookup value would be this, the lookup array would be this, and we want an exact match. So here we get that in the lookup array selected, MOU is in the second position as the array selected was A2 to A6. So this way we can use the match function to find out in which position the value is located. Now if we use from the third example, we would find out how the match function and the index function are used. So here we see that, for example, suppose we want to find out the price for the course taken and the number of students enrolled. So the price would be determined according to the class which is taken, the code of the class, and the number of students enrolled. So what we do is, if here we have to type the code of the class and the number of students that would be enrolled. So now we would want Excel to give us the price to be charged to each student. So suppose here we type the code WR101 and we see the number of students enrolled would be 5. Now we want the Excel to give us the price. So to have this, we first need to find out in which positions WR101 and 5 are located. So here we would use the match function. Now the lookup value would be WR101, the lookup array would be this, and we want an exact match. So here we can see that WR101 is in the first row of the selected array. Now the same way we would find out for the column which we want as the number of students. So here the lookup value would be 5. The lookup array would be this column, and here we don't want an exact match, because that if the number of students enrolled would be 6 7, which is not in the table, it would go and look for the value which is less than or equal to the lookup value. Because of that we use 1 year. So here we can see that the number 5 here is in the third column of the selected array. Now we will use the index function to find out the price. So we would use the index function. So the array would be here, the price which we would be charging according to the course and the number of students. The row would be this, the column number would be this, and here we'll close the parenthesis, and the value which we get is 16. So for course WR101, the code WR101, the number of students 5, the price is 16. So suppose if we change the course to WR103, see the price changes to 25, and if the number of students enrolled is 11, so it is changed to 24. So this is how we can use the match function along with index function. Thank you for your time.